Have you ever wondered why your partner is acting differently? Maybe she's busier than usual, or taking longer to respond to your messages. Let's talk about a change in routine. You know how it goes. You both settled into a comfortable rhythm. Certain days are set aside for each other, and she's always quick to text you a good morning. But what happens when that routine starts to shift? Maybe she's suddenly swamped at work, or her messages are taking longer to appear in your inbox. Now, it's natural for routines to adapt over time, but a sudden change can be a red flag. Think back to when you first started dating. She was eager to spend time with you, wasn't she? And now, it seems like she's always got something else on her plate. It's like her calendar is booked solid, and there's no room left for you. And those morning texts, they've started trickling in later and later. Or maybe they've stopped altogether. It's not just about the delay in her responses. It's about the shift in her priorities. You were once at the top of her list, but now it seems like you're always playing catch up, always waiting for her to find the time for you. So if you notice a sudden change in her routine, or she's taking longer to reply, it might be a sign she's thinking of leaving. It's not a certainty, but it's a sign, and one worth paying attention to. Ever had plans with your partner, only for her to cancel at the last minute? This sudden flaky behavior might seem innocent at first, like she's just having a busy day or an unexpected issue cropped up. But if it becomes a pattern, it's time to pay attention. This could be a sign she's planning to leave. Flakiness is more than just being unreliable. It's a lack of commitment, a lack of respect for your time, and often a lack of interest. It's as if she's saying, I could spend time with you, but I have something better to do. And that something better might be someone else, or it might be her plotting her escape. Consider John's story. He and his girlfriend used to go out every Friday night, but then she started canceling. At first, it was once or twice. Then it became every other week. And then she was always busy on Fridays. John felt hurt, confused, and neglected. He didn't understand why she was suddenly so unavailable. It was only when she broke up with him that he realized what was going on. She had been distancing herself, preparing to leave, and he had been too in love to see it. So, if your partner starts canceling plans frequently, don't just brush it off. It may be more than just a busy schedule or a bad day. If she's constantly canceling plans, it could be a sign she's planning her exit. Has your bedroom life cooled off recently? If so, you're not alone. Many men notice a decrease in sexual activity when a woman is planning to leave. It's as if the spark that once ignited your intimate moments has suddenly been doused. In the early days, you couldn't keep your hands off each other. The passion was intense and the connection undeniable. But now, things are different. You might find her coming up with excuses to avoid intimacy, or perhaps the passion just isn't there anymore. It's like an unspoken tension has crept into your once blissful moments. Let's take John, for example. He noticed that his girlfriend, who used to be quite affectionate and eager, started to become distant. Their once regular, intimate moments turned into rare occasions. Don't ignore this sign. A sudden drop in intimacy can be a red flag that she's thinking of leaving. Are you finding yourselves arguing over the smallest things? This could be a sign you're not anticipating. You see, when a woman starts to plan her exit, she may use petty arguments as a tool to create distance. She might be picking fights over things that were never issues before, like how you load the dishwasher or why you forgot to buy milk. Suddenly, these trivial matters become the source of heated debates. And it's not just about the petty stuff. These arguments often escalate, turning into full-blown disagreements about your relationship. She's not just arguing about the milk anymore. She's questioning your ability to listen, to care, to prioritize her. It's a clever tactic, really. She's making you the bad guy. She's shifting the blame onto you. Now you might be thinking, but we always bickered about small things. That's true. Disagreements are part of any relationship. But this is different. You can feel it. The arguments are more frequent, more intense. They leave you feeling frustrated, confused, and more importantly, distant. These arguments are not about resolving issues or improving the relationship. They're about creating a gap, a chasm. She's pushing you away, preparing for the end. And it's not because of the dishwasher or the milk. It's because she's planning to leave you. If she's starting arguments over nothing, it could be a sign she's pushing you away. Have you noticed her becoming flirtatious with other men or trying to make you jealous? If so, it's time to talk about jealousy games. This is a tactic that many women resort to when they're planning to leave. It's a way of causing a stir, unsettling you, and shifting the dynamics of the relationship. You see, when she starts flirting with other men or making a point to show you how much attention she's getting from others, it's not about them. It's about you. It's about making you feel insecure, keeping you on your toes, and putting you on the defensive. This is a classic move in the I'm about to leave playbook. Let's consider an anecdote. Meet John. And John's girlfriend started hanging out with an old friend. It started innocently enough, but then the late night calls began, the frequent meetups, and the constant mentions of this friend. John felt a pang of jealousy, which was new and unsettling. He tried to shake it off, but it was persistent. The more he ignored it, the more it grew. Eventually, John confronted her, and guess what? She was already planning her exit. This is a common scenario. It's a game of jealousy, a game that's meant to distract, confuse, and ultimately to prepare for the end. If she's playing jealousy games, it's likely she's already planning her exit.